Imagine downloading the whole Wikipedia in your brain, and now you can crush your all-knowing uncle in any argument. Or downloading all boxing lessons and knocking the shit out of that bully. A paralyzed man walking, a deaf man listening, a blind man seeing. Well, it's a fantasy for everyone, a brain chip assisting them in everything, but this fantasy is the future. It is all going to be possible by Neuralink's brain chip. Elon Musk is going to make it all happen. As fascinating as this concept seems, the actual implementation of it is equally difficult, but the working itself is very simple. Neuralink's N1 brain chip is basically a brain-computer interface, BCI. It consists of lots of electrodes implanted into your brain, recording brainwave activity. These recordings are then sent to a computer wirelessly through Bluetooth. This computer processes the data and does what you are thinking. So through an hour of completely AI-driven surgical implant, this chip is installed in the cerebral cortex of your brain, because this is the part where the brain processes sensory perception, motor control, and higher cognitive functions. The N1 chip includes a battery, the actual chip, which functions as an analog to digital converter, and the Bluetooth transmitting. Last but most important are the 1024 electrodes that will do most of the work. Let's say you are paralyzed and want to move the cursor on your PC screen, and you have the chip installed in your brain. When you think about moving the cursor, the electrodes will record the electromagnetic waves emitted by the electrical activity of the neurons. This data will then be sent to the chip, where it will be converted into digital zeros and ones. This will then be sent to a computer through the Bluetooth transmitter. Here, Neuralink's BCI software will decode what you're trying to do. When the software determines that you're trying to move the cursor, it will perform the task. This is the most basic example. It does much more complex things than just moving the cursor, but the framework is the same. There are a lot of other brain chip companies like Synchron and Kernel, which have been Neuralink's competitors even before Elon started this brain chip venture. The Synchron chip doesn't require a complicated surgery. It is just injected into your blood vessels. However, because it is not as close to the actual neurons, it is a lot less accurate, like trying to write on a book with a pen, but ending up writing on the pen with the book. That is what Elon does differently. He takes pre-existing technology and elevates it to the next level, just like he did with Tesla and the starships. All of this started in 2011 when two friends, Mohseni, a bioengineer, and Nudo, a brain specialist, founded Neuralink with a revolutionary idea to create brain chips that could help humanity. Their concept was great, and they completed their research in just 2 years. However, the lack of funding and a flawed business mindset caused the company to crumble. On the other hand, Synchron, which started in 2012, was making rapid progress. Elon Musk was late to the game, starting his company in 2016. Although late, he was far from dumb. As soon as he launched Neuralink, he bought the company name from Mohseni and Nudo, effectively sidelining them. They now had the funds, but no company, just two independent researchers. Meanwhile, Synchron was thriving, especially after receiving funding from Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos about 5 months before Elon entered the scene. Synchron even completed their human trials, which was both fascinating and alarming for Musk. However, Elon played it smart. He assembled a team of 8 experts, each the best in their respective fields worldwide. They were so skilled that they managed to close the gap between Synchron and Neuralink within just a year, developing all the technology Elon needed. This rapid progress brought Neuralink into the spotlight. With all of that, the purpose was very simple: to create a chip that assists our brain in doing things, like a personal assistant for the brain, and Elon was the one who did it perfectly. It started with these big, bulky Utah arrays, a chip with 100 needle electrodes inserted into the brain, connected to a computer. This was very impractical for everyday users. Then, Synchron developed their Neural EP, but it had a significant drawback. Unlike the Utah arrays, it did not penetrate the brain directly. Instead, it was implanted in the brain's blood vessels. As you might have guessed, these stentrodes never touch the neurons, which means decreased accuracy. Elon identified all these flaws and fixed them. With Neuralink's N1 chip, Elon was ready to revolutionize the industry. They completed their animal trials in early 2022 and received FDA approval for human trials in 2023. Then, in March 2024, a groundbreaking video was released showing a paralyzed man playing chess just by thinking. This demonstration proved that with such constant improvement in technology, our imagination is going to be the only limit regarding the potential of these chips. As of now, they are preparing a bionic eye that uses Neuralink's N1 chip to assist blind people in seeing. This is just fascinating. Right now, with the technological development and the progress we've made in understanding our brainwaves, we can do tasks like operating computers, using our impaired senses, and controlling our muscle movements. But in the future, as the technology evolves, we could potentially do anything, like downloading data directly into our brains or communicating through brain chips. However, one of the most concerning issues is, what about intrusive thoughts? That's all for today, folks, but remember, every ending is a new beginning, so stay tuned.